So I actually just bumped into a quite interesting Reddit post. It's one of the most upvoted posts, right? We need more support to low elo players. This is my first season of playing. I started casually with my friends. After some time I decided to learn the game as much as I can, and I'm currently sitting on plat 4 with 55% win rate and 500 games. If you disagree with my post, you can say I'm hardstuck plat piece of shit, piece of trash actually, trying to make myself feel good about my rank. Um, okay, so let's start from the beginning. Now I don't think so. It already kind of like shows off that he says some type of insecurities in here, and he just states out these things so he doesn't get judged. Okay, so let's just move on. Now I don't think I'll be playing ranked anymore. The climb through bronze 2 to gold 4 was awful, overall simply unenjoyable. I only did it because I wanted to prove myself I can. I won't repeat that mistake again. So he doesn't want to like rank up again for some reason. So I check like what's the reason. I remember when I was unexperienced and got to silver. It made me happy. It actually was my goal to be silver. The border looks nice, but the community considers silver players subhumans. So they're subhumans because they're not doing well in a video game. So someone shouldn't be judged based on their like video game rank, right? It's kind of like a hierarchy, right? So from my experiences, just to be clear, I picked Grandmaster. I been through every single rank except Iron. I never been Iron in my life because when I started playing League, Iron didn't exist. So I started from Bronze as well, you know. I started from the bottom as well at my time, right? And so there was this always like hierarchy in the game. So basically the bottom is, you know, bronze, iron, right? And the top is obviously challenger, right? And then so what happens, you know, when people progressively rank up more and more and more, that's the same way their ego also develops. And often from my experiences, funny enough, there are lots of like high elo players that have god complex, I swear. There are lots of them that I bumped into, right? So, which in general means that these type of players are often having some type of unhappy life, or it's like almost a normalized thing for them to think less of these lower elo players because they're not doing well, they're not playing correctly, and so this is like such a thing that they are used to the point where they're not even noticing their behavior um, at all. So that's why like it's like people are judging. It's not even about league, right? But community considers silver players subhuman. So in anything pretty much where there is like a ranking system, right? Uh, who's higher ranked, often their ego gets to be really big as well, right? As I said, the more some people rank up, the more their ego rises up as well, right? And so when these higher ranked players are judging lower ranked ones, and when I say someone that's higher ranked, I literally mean people that are one rank above, or or maybe two ranks above. You don't even have to be on the top, just to be clear. Because I remember I was silver. People were saying in the chat something like, "Oh well, you should go back to bronze." Or when I was like gold, some people said you belong in silver. I mean, there were all sorts of flames. So it doesn't mean that only the top players will flame you. Like people will flame you even if they are like slightly above your rank, because that's how it just inflates their ego. They look at me, I'm higher ranked, and now I'm allowed to say whatever I want to, right? So let's move on. The amount of trash talk and talking down I got for being silver is just sad. I remember being stuck there with no idea what to fix, and all I got from the community was stupid tips like CS better and just carry better. Then anytime I tried to argue, the conversation was just shut because I was silver. Uh, so they're not really trying to help you. They're trying to straight up tell you to do something. They're not actually trying to give you guidance on how to do such things, right? For example, just CS better, right? Now, how do we CS better? You know, I'm gonna solve this issue how to CS better if some people are curious. I actually won't really go into a game. So one of the simplest, oh my god. So one of the simplest things you can do as a beginner, if you struggle with CSing, as this example was used, uh, you can always check your champion's attack damage, then click on the minion you want to last it. If you have if you have less attack damage, then it won't kill it, right? And at the same time, some champions have some form of on-hit effect. So, for example, Kai'Sa deals like 5 AP damage on hit, so you should add that 5 AP damage as well to your base attack damage, because minions don't really have armor in the early game, which means you're gonna deal the complete amount of damage. Also, you need to know if you're a range champion, of course, to time your auto attacks, same as like a melee one. So knowing how to time your auto attacks is something you gotta also practice. Definitely you can practice these things out. You can even turn off the XP, of course, so you're gonna be the same level if you choose, but that's not really a necessity. So let's move on. I remember being stuck with no idea what to fix. Then anytime I tried to argue, the conversation was just shut because I was silver. And look at me, higher ranked players can't tell me anything because I'm silver. Then at what point are they gonna help me then? Like what rank do I have to even achieve so I can talk? What rank do I have to be in this hierarchy, right? So let's move on. What got me to plat was simply early game champions that could end the game before my team threw hard. So basically played assassins, some type of snowbally champs, right? I did it by I did it by being at the right place at the right time, helping my team get ahead, split pushing, being aggressive and spam, pinging objectives. I averaged pathetic 6-7 CS per minute. Needs to understand this. Just watching his videos helped me a ton. In low elo, even warding is close to meaningless. I mean, I don't think so. Warding is ever meaningless any rank you play in. You just have to capitalize on enemy mistakes the best and get yourself ahead. Yes, yes. We need to start actually supporting silver and bronze players because it's insanely hard to climb out of that chess pool and not as obvious as farming better. What this community does currently is very ruthless. So I'm not sure if they are talking about the community of the Summoner School or the League community in general. What this community does is currently very ruthless and it helps none. People do climb slower because of trolls, AFKs and feeders. These people have mental so bad that you can play perfectly and they will in because you're not playing the way they want. Low elo players need to know the game isn't that hard. The basics are really simple once you get hang of it. It it just the low elo teams make it very difficult to win and it's a real problem. We need to stop blaming low elo players for not being able to deal with these things and help them by providing actual support. So yeah, sure, they need support, right? Definitely, like lots of like low elo players definitely need support. Not not bash them for complaining, so don't bash them for complaining. Their problems are fucking real and they need to be addressed. It's a human to complain about something that is beyond our control when thing is fine. So I think depends how much do you complain. Like the more people complain, the less they think, the less they care about improving on themselves. For example, I've seen in low elo, there are some people they focus more on complaining than anything else because they can't really handle stress at all. Lots of people are having some strong opinions about subjects they have no clue about. They are saying maybe Garen is broken, and then after that thing can often like piss off some higher rank players. Maybe they will even call them out as delusional, right? Um, so that can also happen. So I think maybe complaining is fine to like some degree, but if a person is just all about non-stop complaining and complaining and complaining, I totally wouldn't be fine with that. Now I wouldn't blame him for complaining, but I'm not sure like for how long could I even like be with a person that constantly only and only complains. So I think maybe there's like some degree of complaint that you can just accept, because we are all complaining to some level. But if someone is just all about complaining, that's not really, it's not really okay. Because after all, like what you learn out of game one, you're gonna bring to game two, right? So you can just complain the whole game without like looking into the game, observing your moves, trying to learn something out of the game, right? So if you complain, you waste lots of time on anything that's not gonna be productive towards your uh, ranking up or towards ranking up in general, right? So it just doesn't like pushes you through the right path. Okay. Let people enjoy their ranks. Being silver is great, being gold is awesome. Getting above that is just a preference. I suppose it's a preference to get above gold because I guess above gold you don't get to like above gold you get the skin, right? And after like platinum something like that you only get chromas, so I guess it doesn't matter so all that much, right? The bar for support needs to be lowered. You shouldn't have to be diamond player to feel good about what you achieved. Well, so like I don't think so if there is like a bar. I don't think so there is like a made up bar or something like that. You shouldn't have to be a diamond player to feel good about what you achieved. Like I don't think so like it's not about like I don't even think so there is like is there like a social bar that if you're diamond that's like the only way that you can feel good about yourself. I don't know. Maybe there is some type of like so-called like social bar, right? But I definitely think so. It's true that that even if you're lower ranked, you should definitely enjoy your achievements because that's what you worked for. And so here's the thing, like for example, if you reach like I don't know, like maybe you're silver 3 and you reach silver 1 or even gold 4, lots of high elo players would bash you, maybe say mean words about your rank, about you, and they will say, well, you are still low elo. Well, you're still bad at the game, and yet it's true that there is some truth in it that there is space. You definitely should give yourself more space to improve on yourself. You won't be definitely perfect if you reach like gold 4, let's say, from silver 3. But at the same time, you should enjoy your achievements, as this one says, because high elo players would bash you if you say such thing, right? That you made some level of progress, because in their eyes, that's not much. So for example, if there would be like a high elo player with a high ego, most likely what they would do is just like they would be like, well, that's whatever. Like silver one, silver 3, silver 1 for them is the same thing because they don't have dice. They don't have dice to see, right? They see them as pretty much the same rank, right? But it's still an achievement. Like even if you, so it doesn't matter like how little your progress is. That's the idea. Like in fact, as I said before, like nobody should be discouraged no matter how small their progress is. Um, and then it's your achievement. Like you're gonna get your, if you reach gold 4, as it was said before, you're gonna get your skin, you're gonna get some icons, something like that, right? Like that's your personal achievement. And so like the thing is why people feel bad about their personal achievements, because other people are not giving validation or value to what you have. For example, silver or gold doesn't lose its value just because diamond, platinum, master exists, right? So you're still gonna have your individual value even if something else has more value, right? Um, the bar for support needs to be lower. You shouldn't have to be diamond player to feel good about what you achieved. The big reason why this game is filled with rage quitters, trolls, is because people are blamed for things that completely outside of their control and it's way hard for themselves. Well, people rage quit and troll because they can't handle their emotions. But sure, it can be like people getting flamed. It can be a factor why they rage quit, why they start trolling. But in general, it's because they're not in control with their emotions. So, for example, I can be flamed every day and I don't start rage quitting or trolling. I actually never really done that in my life just because someone flamed, right? Um, so I wouldn't say that necessarily happens because they get flamed. It really happens because they can't handle these type of situations, right? So having a good mental for a game, it's a big strength as well, right? Now what else can we find in here? And they are way too hard on themselves. Low elo players won't get better if this community constantly bashes any achievement beside absolute greatness. So yeah, as I said, you don't have to be on the top to. Mhm. It's fine to not be the best. I write this because I hope more people think like me in this community. Share what you think about the post was edited. Some replies refer to the older version. I'm just about silver. We played a ranked game, and after we fucked a team fight, one of the people goes, "What the fuck? Are you guys silver or something?" Asshole, we are all silver seal. It's weird. Don't worry, in Plat 3, the other day support went. What is this even about? The other day supporting competent animals where people at this rank is shit. S- so either people who smurf, which I think is terrible thing, or people who rank with too high ego. Mm-hmm. Smurfy doesn't work. It doesn't always work. That's the truth as well. Well, the game became very elitist. People want to be special, so anyone below them can't be special. So like you can't be special anymore because you're below a certain video game rank. But I'm pretty much sure even if you're silver, even if you're gold, you're not making anything out of the game. Like don't you go to your 9 to 5 the same way as like a silver player does if you're gold or something, no? So it's written in here, silver players are getting trashed out by gold and plats. But they're not much different with, like sure they're higher ranked in a video game, but that's all, right? Later, the people who work themselves up to diamond or whatever think that they as well, after all, you only need to get good to be part of the good party club. Now they can look down on other silvers getting trash talk, gold plats, golden plats shit talked by diamonds, and those guys get shit talked by everybody. So yeah. But it's not about the rank, like it's not true that everybody flames everybody, right? Even if they're higher ranked, like some people, for example, like me, can be completely respectful if someone is lower ranked, someone is silver, bronze, iron. I even played with iron 4 players, right? It's and even if they're not doing well in my normal games, I'm willing to understand that I'm playing with someone that's way lower than my skill level. So of course they won't do too well in these games, right? And that's the understanding you should give to your low elo teammates if you play in lower ranks, right? Alright then, that's it for now. Have a nice day. I will also link probably like this post under my Reddit, I mean under my YouTube video. If you guys want to like discuss something in here, of course. That's it for now. Have a nice day.